As mentioned earlier, for like 80% of all of your web API applications, the ideal target architecture is actually token-based authentication, and we'll talk about that in detail in a later module. But obviously, this is more like new technology and more for like greenfield scenarios. So there are other scenarios where you have existing applications or existing architectures where you have to integrate with or special requirements, and this module is about these type of scenarios. So basically I want to talk about Windows authentication, like plain Windows integrated authentication, how that works both in IIS hosted scenarios as well as the self-host. I want to talk about basic authentication, which in general is not recommended at all. And I talk about why it's not recommended, but there are still, as I said, integration scenarios and so on where you need the notion of being able to do like username, password, or ID/secret, shared secret type of authentication. And I want to show you how that works and how to do that, because actually, as I said, it's not recommended. That means also Microsoft doesn't ship any support for that, like like a Katana authentication middleware, for example. So we will take or use this module to actually learn how to build Katana authentication middleware to implement basic authentication, which is, something that is good to know. And the other, special kind of scenario, which is not that common, but, you might run into that, is how to deal with SSL client certificates, which, often is used in like more like high security scenarios where you have like smart card authenticated access to services. And the end of the module, we will basically also see how we can use Katana to combine multiple authentication methods. So for example, maybe you want to combine client certificates like a smart card with a password. And again, that is easy to do with Katana.